Hi everybody and welcome to Halogen FM. It's up here. It's a new plugin that just came out today by GForce Software. And it's a kind of strange plugin because basically talking about the history of GForce Software, they are used to have emulation, analog emulation of old gear, and this is quite a new approach. Actually, it's a two operator FM synth. They say it's based on some old Yamaha, probably two operator synths, so maybe something from the OPL, OPL2, something like that, or the Portasound PSR 680 or something like that, which were a two operator synth. They are not, of course, cloning the Yamaha DX7 because Yamaha DX7 has 6 operator, or the TX18Z because that had 4 operator, if I remember correctly. So basically what we have here, we have two independent operators which are identical. So the first one is operator 1 on the left and operator 2 on the right. And basically I think they have sine waves, because if I simply play a single note, okay, I have now the operator set to the minimum, no modulation, nothing at all. So you see here when the volume is set to 0, the oscilloscope, so to speak, it's a perfect circle, and I have the mix knob here. So if you mix them together and you mix them at center, they are perfectly coincidental, and you can mix operator 1 and 2, and of course the two color represent the two different operators. So let me raise the volume for operator 1. So by raising the volume, the shape changes. So maybe they also have some kind of wave shaping, I think, because it's not a perfect circle anymore. And you can mix it with the other operator, which is of course muted now. So this is the basic operation of the two. And the operator has a frequency knob, so you can adjust the frequency. So basically this looks like a normal frequency multiplier. Then we also have a ratio control here, which adds some more partials, I believe, in the sound. Okay. Then we have this ring, which probably is a ring modulator, of course, I think. Then we have brightness control, which basically adds some more high frequency, I think. Every parameter is modulatable. Then we have a distortion here, pretty destroying at high settings. Then we also have a timbre here, which changes the timbre of the oscillator, basically. And then we have pan control here, volume control here. And then we have a modulation envelope. So this is envelope generator 1. And then we have envelope generator 2, which is basically for amplitude modulation. So if okay, let's try to add some more release and maybe some slower attack. And you see how the frequency changes. And then you also have operator 2. And the only difference between the operator 1 and 2 is that operator 2 is cross-modulatable. You have this X mod here, so they can work independently on each other. So in this case, I'm just not using the X mod. So again, we have a frequency here, a ratio control, ring modulation. So you see, you have all the same exact parameters for operator 1 and 2. So if we now try to mix them together, let's remove a little bit of release and add a more release to the second one. You should see their interoperability, but they are mixed together. But when I move the X mod control, so the cross modulation, the output of operator 2, as you can see, is fed back into operator 1. So basically this creates the FM frequency modulation. So the second operator is controlling the frequency of the first one. So let's have a listen to them in X cross modulation. So you see, whenever I move the X mod, the green circle or the green shape, so to speak, change a little bit. So operator 2 is now controlling operator 1. And then of course you can fiddle around with the partials and with the different controls that you have in the two operators. And then we have other cool features, which are, for example, the preset generation, which is this button here, which is called the spark, or you can also click here in the middle of the two shapes, and this will generate a new patch. Basically, it's not random, it's probably some kind of artificial intelligence, or maybe some kind of intelligent randomization or something like that. So you see, if I click here, a new patch is generated. I just have my headphones on now, so let's try to generate some more patches. So let me click again in the middle of the two shapes. Yeah, so it's not probably 100% random, because the results are somewhat musical and listenable. It's not total randomness and total noises. And whenever you see this small button here, so we have it on operator 1 as well, we have it on operator 2 as well, and we also have this on the microcontrol. So we have a control for the timbre, for envelope generator 1, envelope generator 2, mod, and effects. So this means that a new parameter is being generated. So if you want to modify only and randomize operator 1, you simply click here. So in this case, I'm not creating a new patch, completely new patch, but just changing the nature of operator 1, and the same applies to operator 2. So as you can see, only the affected operator can change. And then you have the same here for the timbre. So the timbre, as you can see, adjust all the parameters of the two operators. So this is a macro control, so it's affecting them both. And again, you can decide if you want to have more of operator 1 or more of operator 2. And then also the envelope generator 1. For operator 1, you see we have a new set of envelope generators here, and the same applies to envelope generator 2. So two new random envelope generators. And then you can also have the modulation parameters here, which basically will affect here the LFO. So you have a simple LFO here with rate control, wave control, noise, and then the amount of LFO and smoothness, and then sample and hold, and the amount of LFO that's inserted into the oscillators, into the two operators. So these are the basic principle of this cool new synth. I must admit it has some cool new sound and some cool possibility. Let's have a test again to some more randomness and randomized new patches. Yeah, cool. And you also have here the mono control, the poly controls. So basically in mono, the synth is monophonic, and in poly you can have chords, and it's more polyphonic, of course. And last but not least, we have a reverb control here. We have a simple reverb with size, density, and filter for the high frequency probably, and the depth, the rate of the modulation, and the final mix. So you can add more to the signal coming from the two operators. So this is the basic principle behind this new cool synth. And in the last part, if you want to stick with me, let's have a listen to some of the included preset. So let's start. from the first one here. So yes, pretty cool. In the meantime, if you want to check it out, it's on sale for I think $39, and you have a fully functional demo. It's a time limited demo on GForce website. Go check it out in the description. See you.